Small acts of kindness without expectation can change the world. Giving without wanting to receive. Giving without having any expectation. Once you can do that, once you can really truly open up your heart to giving to people with no judgment, no expectation, no resentment on the other side of it, then you'll be successful. Welcome back to the Mulligan Brothers podcast. Today, we're talking about a mentality that will completely change the life around you, but also change the people's lives around you. In my opinion, this tool has the power to change the world. Today's video was sponsored by Huel. As always, I'm drinking their Black Edition. I'll talk about them a little bit more later on in the video, but go to the link in the description for exclusive offers like a free shaker and shirt with your first order. So, today, one of the things that I have been asked about many times is where the motto of Inspire Change came from. And this motto is what has changed my life and given me everything that I've asked for in the universe. And it was a story that I'm about to tell you. And the lesson at the end of this, I'll give you my example of how I wanted something so badly for most of my life and I never received it. And the moment I changed to this mentality, I received everything in abundance and more. So the story is this. One day when I opened this studio and we were working in 2018, I would go upstairs into the building site where we were constructing the studio and I'd look across the road. And across the road from the studio is a park, and it's a city park, and around 6 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, in the summertime, the sun was coming up, it was beautiful, and I'd look out over the park. Eventually, I started to notice this man, and this man would walk around with his dog and a stick, and he would pick litter. And to me, he looked like he could possibly be homeless. And this man would go around doing that all day long. He wasn't wearing a high-vis jacket. He wasn't there because of any reason other than him wanting to clean the park. And he'd do it religiously every single day. And I'd start to notice him. A few months into opening the studio and looking out that window, one day I noticed he wasn't there anymore. And a few days went by and I realized he was not there anymore. He wasn't around to pick litter. So I decided that I was going to do it. You know, it inspired me to see him, a man who almost had nothing, to be out there cleaning a park. I couldn't understand it at the start, and I realized that he was doing it. But the most important thing about what he was doing is he would do it in the early hours of the morning when nobody else was around, when nobody was watching. Little did he know I was watching at the time. So he did it with no expectation. Small acts of kindness without expectation can change the world. And for me, he inspired me and I started cleaning the park. Now I carry a litter picker in the boot of my car and I'll pick litter with my son at the weekend. I'll go around the local area and pick litter. And sometimes I'll go back over to the park and pick litter. And it was through him doing his positive, kind action in the world that I was inspired. That is one of the biggest keys to having an abundant life of receiving from the universe. Now, I don't want to get all airy-fairy with this, but I want to assure you that this is a very true thing. And I don't know if it is the balance of the universe or how it is just supposed to work, but in every aspect of my life, when I've looked back and I've done this, I've always been rewarded on the other side. And it might not be directly. It might not be the thing that I wanted. It might be the thing that I needed, though. And it just comes, and it's like the universe understands this yin and yang and this push and pull, that when you do it, you receive the gift on the other side. So what is it? It is giving without wanting to receive. It is giving without having any expectation. So when you give without expectation, when you see some litter on the floor, you pick it up, and nobody's around you to see you do that gesture of that small act of kindness or cleanliness, whatever we want to call it, you get this tiny little feeling inside you that feels good. Last night I was on a run and I had a 17 miler, and down the road somebody had kicked all the cones into the road. There was like construction work and they'd kicked the cones over. Maybe it was some kids, they thought it was fun. And I looked at it and I thought, that's so dangerous because cars could run into them and crash. So I ran past it and I did my turnaround point to come back after 70 miles. And as I was running back, I felt so bad as well that I had ran past it. I was like, that's not who I am. And I need to stop my run right now and pick these cones up because somebody could get hurt. And I did. I picked those cones up. Nobody's seen it. And I'm telling you, so it's ironic that I have told you, but I did it without anybody watching. And I did it for the reason of it could be helpful to somebody else. It's a kind gesture. It could save somebody's life. It could be a nice thing to do. It looks cleaner, whatever. It was all these reasons. And I had a nice feeling in my chest. I knew that I'd done something good and I did it without expectation. Filling your life with those things is rewarding on a very basic level because you get a nice feeling. When you start to have expectation, you start to resent. When you hold the door open for somebody and they walk through and you say, thank you, you could have said thank you. Or when you gift somebody, worst thing, when you gift somebody a gift and you want the best reaction from them, you want them to thank you profusely and you don't get that, it hurts. And you start to get resentful of that. And then you start to think, well, I'm not gifting to that person. They're selfish. They didn't say thank you. We didn't know what was going on in that person's day. When I hold open that door, they could be blind on the left side of their vision. Like you really don't know what has caused someone to start thinking. Maybe they were just rude. Maybe that was the case, that somebody was just rude. Is that going to stop you from being kind to other people? And that's overcoming that expectation is where the reward is in the universe. Because you're already being rewarded. You did something kind. You've got no resentful feeling, which is a horrible feeling to have. And you feel great. And even if they don't say thank you, you feel great. And that's such a wonderful gift. But here is where the massive, massive shift is for me, is when you get to that point where you can do that and you are genuinely doing it without expectation. And you've got that fulfilling feeling of freeness and no resentment and all that kind of stuff. Magic happens and the universe rewards you. And it's unexplainable until you just experience it yourself. And it's a very difficult thing to tell to somebody, because if I tell you to give without expectation and you'll get what you want, most people will give without expectation, waiting to get what they want, but that's expectation. And you've ruined the whole cycle. So it has to genuinely come from a real pure place of not wanting anything in return. And when you get to that place, you receive. But in this cycle of wanting to receive is where the issue is. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. Today's video was powered by Huel. I'm drinking their Huel Black Edition. It has 26 vitamins and minerals, over 35 grams of protein, and slow release carbs. So when I'm on shoot, this is what I reach into my bag and grab to make sure that I am satiated, I'm getting all my vitamins, and I'm hitting my protein requirements for the day. Huel has been an absolute game changer in my life to be able to work in a busy environment. As you guys know, I'm a very busy person, but also break the world record Atlas Stone and attempt to break the world's heaviest marathon that I'll be doing in July. But don't just take my word for it. There are other athletes out there like the world's hardest geezer who ran the whole length of Africa, and he consumed Huel on the journey down all the way through Africa. So if you want to find out more, head to the link in the description where you can find exclusive offers with the link and the pinned top comment. Thank you guys for watching. Let's dive back into the episode. So my goal for you and my advice for you is to genuinely give with not wanting anything in return, and maybe you'll be rewarded. You will, but you need to not want to be rewarded. And I've found that in many points in my life. Always when I am in a place of giving without expectation, the things that I always wanted, you know, like, and these are very basic things I wanted. I wanted to be debt free. I wanted to have money. I wanted to have a nice car. I wanted to have a nice house. I want my business to be successful. I wanted the people around me to be happy, and all these things that I wanted. And I wanted them so badly. And as I wanted them so much, it was almost like I had a magnet pushing the opposite way. And it was like, I just couldn't reach these things. And I really worked extremely hard to get these things that I just oh so desired. And it's not to say that I didn't get them at times, I did. But the moment that I let go of that and I was putting positivity out into the world and a good energy into the world and kindness without expectation, giving without wanting to receive, those things just started to be more attractive to me. It was like I was a magnet the opposite way and things just started to draw in. But what's funny is when you receive those things, it's not actually that rewarding. It's not actually that fulfilling. It flows. It's nice. It gives you contentment. It's nice to not be in debt. It's nice for your family to be happy and all these things. These things start to happen and the jigsaw pieces start to fit in place. And the thing is because you started to give without expectation and not wanting anything, when you do get it, you don't live by it and go, oh, it's amazing. I did this. I'm going to do it again. And it's an interesting cycle to be in because you start to realize that actually the thing that you wanted all along was to just give and make people happy and to give without expectation. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit of a mind conundrum. You know, it's one of those things that can kind of twist you up a little bit. You give without expectation to receive the thing that you want. But by the time you receive the thing that you want, you realize that in reality, you didn't want it and you didn't need it. And the thing that you needed was to be kind. And that was enough. And it is enough. And this isn't to say that ambition is bad. This isn't to say that wanting materialistic things is bad, but put some purpose behind it. I don't want money. I want to be in a position to be able to help people. You know, I don't want financial security. I want to be in a position where I can help people. I want to have a great foundation where I can help people. I want to be in a position where my family feels secure. It's not about wanting money. I don't want a nice car. Like I don't want these things desperately, but you know, at the same time, I do want to be able to help people. And that's such a fine thing to be able to do. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Being able to help people, you have to be ambitious. Being successful in business, you have to be ambitious. Putting good out into the world to thousands of people, you have to be ambitious. You have to have goals that some people might see as very basic and shallow goals. But in reality, having those goals is also very important. And we've spoken about this before with Master Sha Hong Yi about the Buddha heart and demon hand. You need both. You cannot impact and help all the people around you and bring positivity in their life if you are not able to take action and to be a leader and to be powerful and to have a vision of what true happiness and kindness looks like for multiple people and how you can have that impact on people. It's nice to be peaceful. It's nice to have the Buddha heart. You know, that those things are important. But with that, I see is great. It means that you're not hurting people, that you're kind, you're gentle, that people feel nice around you. But when somebody's struggling with the Buddha heart, I think where being able to take action to help somebody, that is very important. You need those two things to come together. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, the most important thing that I think that so many people are blocked with in getting what they want is giving with expectation, not truly taking a step back and helping people for no other reason than just wanting to help people. Once you can do that, once you can really truly open up your heart to giving to people with no judgment, no expectation, no resentment on the other side of it, then you'll be successful. Then you'll achieve your goals. Then you will start to see your life line up in a way that you've never seen it before. And, you know, it's based in my philosophy and it's based in every single religion out there talks about this. All spiritual leaders talk about this alignment. And I just think that it's easier to see it that way of just giving without expectation, helping others, and truly, truly being there for others in a way that is not to reward yourself. And I don't want to whisper this to you one more time, but when you get there and you really help other people and you align with that and you're giving without expectation and you're really not expecting it, the world will give you what you want. It'll give you what you need. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you gained something from this video. Comment down below if you have felt this before. I want to know the stories of it. You know, for me, I've got multiple times this has happened to me, and the world and the universe has rewarded me in massive ways. And I'm so blessed with that. As always, I just want to shout out Huel. Huel have been our biggest supporters this last year. It means that we've been able to film so much different content that you guys are now seeing. And I've been using the Huel Black Edition for the last few, well, Huel Black Edition I've used for the last few months. Huel I've been using for the last few years, but Huel Black Edition has come in clutch on all my shoots as I've been preparing for the world record stone. I'm carrying a stone for 26.2 miles and then 450 miles back to Nottingham to break a world record, but also bring my son's headstone back on my back across the country. And I've been consuming Huel for the whole time. They've been amazing. I can't thank them enough. I've been getting all my protein, my vitamins. I've been staying healthy for once. And yeah, if you want to find out more about Huel, head to the link in the description where you can get exclusive offers like a free shaker, a free t-shirt. And when they're running their offers, you can get money off your first order as well. So go to the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.